Well, I appreciate that. He invoked our children, and just for the record, my son decided to wake up this morning at 4:30. So that was enjoyable. If you're wondering why my hair is pulled back, that's part of the reason, because the governor and I were trying to figure out who was going to watch the child while one was taking a shower, the other one was getting ready. It's kind of cute, though, because my daughter, who's now 2.5, we're constantly on guard when it comes to the governor's mansion because we're trying to preserve Florida's irreplaceable history, which is a task. My daughter, who is 2.5, loves to go into the state dining room. We try to keep the doors closed, right, because we don't want her to go in there. Well, she always finds a way to get in there, and she loves to color. Only thing is, there's this beautiful early 20th century wallpaper there, right? And so she thinks it's like a color by numbers. So I'm thinking to myself, like magic eraser, this is supposed to be Ponce de Leon wallpaper, what he saw when he landed in St. Augustine. I'm thinking, how do we... Needless to say, so far, everything is still preserved. It's early in the term, but we're working to make sure that we can preserve it. So listen, it is truly an honor for me to be here, just giving you a current state of the DeSantis household and what it takes to come here. But really, it's a privilege, because this is really what it's all about. Many of you may have heard, and the sheriff kind of talked a little bit about it, my initiatives really center on mental health and substance abuse. The initiative focuses not only on understanding and identifying the problem, but also, more importantly, understanding and knowing that government is not the solution. It is just one piece of the puzzle to get meaningful help on behalf of those who are suffering. While government does have a limited role, reaching out and partnering with our federal partners, our community partners who know best the needs of their citizens and their communities, our law enforcement, the great Sheriff Lima, the private sector, our faith-based organizations, they are key to getting positive outcomes. And it is within this collaboration where we start to see the progress and the hope. Excitingly, from a state perspective, for the first time, state agencies are collaborating and coordinating their efforts with a focus on situational awareness and results. Using data from our agencies like the Department of Health, Healthcare Administration, we're starting to utilize these numbers and understand prevalence rates. And from that situational awareness, are resources meeting demands and needs? Are we filling the gaps with our communities, our charities, our faith-based organizations, our federal partners, our private sector partners? Are we seeing outcomes based in data? And at the end of the day, it's simple. With the nearly $2 billion that the state is spending annually on mental health and substance abuse, are we moving the needle? Are we making a difference or not? And if not, why not? We need to make sure that we are holding ourselves not only accountable to you, the taxpayers, but also to those who are suffering in the midst of this crisis. And in closing, I'll say this. For some Floridians, although I understand there are many, but not all, prevention is one of the key aspects to being successful. It is just so important. And that's why I tasked the great Sheriff Lima to head up the Drug Abuse Prevention Panel, to use his years of experience and knowledge to come up with solutions that we can execute to be able to get meaningful results on behalf of vulnerable youth. When you think about it, nearly 1.3 million 12 to 17-year-olds met the criteria for a substance abuse disorder. And that was in 2014, those statistics. And that was just what was being reported. Studies also find that 9 in 10 adults with addiction problems began their chemical dependency before the age of 18. For mental, emotional, behavioral disorders, more than half of adults surveyed said the onset was during childhood or adolescence. So providing that early treatment and prevention is so critical to this drug epidemic and helping Floridians grow and flourish. And at the end of the day, from an economic perspective, it's the right thing to do for the state to save money in the long run, but more importantly, don't we owe it to the people of Florida to make sure that they can live meaningful and productive lives and to be able to flourish and accomplish the American dream? And I can tell you, I would not have this opportunity to be able to come up here and advocate and hopefully have the impact that I really pray that I have the opportunity to have without the support of the governor. And yes, he is my better half, and you know, he has really given me the opportunity to be able to take the lead on this, and he's had a lot of confidence in me to be able to do this, and for that I cannot appreciate him enough. He's one of the most principled, smartest people I've ever met, and you might think, oh, that's the wife just saying that, but no, it's really true. He leads with courage and conviction. He is a role model to me, and I could not be more blessed to have him as governor of the great state of Florida. And so with that, I introduce you to the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis.